Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I'm doing a little bit of a WIP plus finished coloring pages for the past couple weeks, and I'm also going to be sharing two new coloring books that I have for you to share. Well, one I got I think last year, but I don't think I ever shared it, and I'm going to plan on coloring quite a bit in it in this month, so I want to share it with you, plus a new one that I just ordered and it came in the mail the other day, so I'm super excited about it, but I probably won't color in it until probably late November, December. So you'll see why when I get to it. But I think we're going to go ahead and do the finished coloring pages first, as well as my WIPs. So I did find a couple WIPs that I'm working on, and I haven't finished them yet, obviously, you can see, but I do want to finish my WIPs at least and get those done. So I have this freebie one from Deborah Muller's coloring book group, and I started it, I think, last year. I never finished it, but I'm like, you know what? I just need to, or want to complete the ones that I've started. And I only have a couple. I don't think there's any other WIPs aside from these few that I have. There could be a couple in books I don't know about, but once I go through and do my full coloring book flip through in the next couple weeks, I'll find out if I have more WIPs, which I probably do somewhere. But I'm going to finish this one. And I've already decided on doing like a fuchsia color for her dress. So I want to do something fun and bright and colorful for the background, and maybe just redesign the background and have fun with that. Then I have this one, which was another Deborah Muller, but this is actually from her, I think it's her Circus Fairy page coloring book. And this one was a PDF I purchased on her Etsy shop. And this is the Fire Tamer Lady, and I just really love this one, and I can't wait to get back into it because I was enjoying it when I was coloring it, and just used alcohol markers for both the Deborah Muller pages. So I want to finish up this one as well and do some fun fire flames in the girl as well. And this last one is another Deborah Muller, and this is from her, I think it's Crafty Girls. Her Crafty Girls book, because this is my only edition that's actually like her original drawing edition. So like I've been kind of taking my time with it. I've only done one coloring page in that book, and then I did this one. So these are her original sketches that she had for sale one time. So I got the Artsy Girls. It could be Artsy, Crafty Girls, one of those. But I really like this page. I just haven't finished it yet, so I don't know why. But I'd like to just finish it because I am so close to finishing. There's a little bit of shading plus a couple of the other details, but it is very close. So I have that. Then as far as finished pages go, I have, I think, 5 finished pages and no, 6. I have 6 finished pages. So I'm really excited about that. So let's see. Let's do this one first. So this was a buddy color with a friend of mine in T's World of Coloring, her Facebook group. So we colored in Ohuhu's Portraits of Joy. So they have their own coloring book, the Ohuhu markers, which is pretty cool. And this actually takes alcohol markers splendidly. I will show you. I did one in here, as I said, with my friend. So he buddy colored this one, and they are double-sided. So I was really hesitant about using alcohol markers in double-sided paper, but it is made for actually alcohol markers. So this is the one that I did, and I really love how it turned out. Just used alcohol markers, and I also used some gouache paint for her skin. It worked out okay, but you can see a little bit of patchiness in there, but it didn't turn out too badly for gouache. It was the first time I ever used it. I'm familiar with watercolors, but that was a new medium for me, so it wasn't bad. And then the rest was alcohol markers, and then I used a Tombow Fudonosuke brush pen for the lettering, and I put peace, joy, and love on the top because I thought it kind of needed something extra in the background. And as far as bleed through goes, I will flip the page over and there is nothing. So oops, let me just show the back of it. So there is absolutely nothing on the back that I have noticed. So really, really great. I will say the paper in this, though, it's very, very smooth. So you kind of have to be careful with what mediums you use because it could like wipe off pretty quickly. So alcohol markers shouldn't. Gouache is pretty good on it. But yes, it's extremely smooth. There's no, well, there is kind of a shine to it. I think that's more the paint I used or whatever. But it's very, very smooth. Very different from what I've used before. Then let's see. I kind of want to save this one for last because it was my favorite of the month. So let's go to this one. This is one that I got on Amazon. So I'm not exactly sure if there's an artist to it or not. I try hard only to get artist work, but there is no artist on here. But it's called Animal Chroma is on one side, and then Animal Abstractions. And it doesn't look AI, but you never know. So, but I do try to only stick with artist books. And I am trying to find the page that I did. But I figured I'd have it and I'd try it. I'm not sure if I'll keep it or not because I'm not a fan of the paper, at least for alcohol markers. So I did this one based off of inspiration from Lisa Frank because I just love her colors. So found inspiration online for the color scheme for the tiger. And I used only alcohol markers. I didn't do any shading. I just wanted to see how it would be with alcohol markers. I'm not really a fan of alcohol markers because it was so fast drying. Oh, no, not fast drying. It was too slow drying. So it made the alcohol markers almost act like watercolors, where like it would spread super fast and a lot. And so I'm not a fan of alcohol markers in this. You can kind of see where it kind of pooled in the ear right there. But yeah, I'm not a fan of alcohol markers on this book. But color pencils, maybe, but I haven't tried that out yet. The pictures are kind of cute, different designs and stuff. And they're pretty unique and different, but I'm not sure if I'll keep it yet. I haven't decided. It might be one that I might unhaul, but I do like this picture, though, that I did. Then we have Cozy Fairyland, and this book is by a company called Fun Lavy, or I think that's the illustrator as well, Fun Lavy Studio, and these are super cute. This was another buddy color in one of my Facebook groups that I'm in, and we did, let me find it, we did this one. I love this coloring book. It actually might be one of my new favorite ones. I really love how it turned out. I was going to stay simple and just do like straight coloring because I was kind of tired that day and I was like, I'm just going to straight color. But this one actually turned out way more fun than I thought it was going to be. I based it all on alcohol markers. Then I did quite a few different little details going on. So I'll take a close-up look. But I used some gold Posca paint pen for the cup and her bathing suit. And then I also did, if you can tell, I did shading in the trees, the trunks, as well as the sand. I love that sand. I didn't even think about it. I was like, I'm just going to do the dot method and see how it turns out. So I used alcohol markers first. Then I went in with Calor watercolor or water-based markers. And I also did some gold Posca paint pen for the sand, and it created this really cool texture look that makes it look like real sand. And I did just a little bit in the palm trees and up in the top. So I really love this page. It might be one of my favorite pages I've ever done, just because I never thought to do like a dotting technique to kind of give it a fun texture, so textured look to it. So I really like that one. Then the next one is in Fairies 3 by Christine Caron. She's one of my absolute favorite illustrators. I love her work so much. She's definitely probably top 3 illustrators of all time. So the one I did was this one, which was just called Autumn. And I love this one. It's just, I think mainly, I did use a couple things in here. So I did use alcohol markers as a base. I used Prismacolor pencils for shading in her scarf here to make it kind of look kind of fuzzy and wool-like. And also in the leaves and stuff, I used some Prismacolor pencils for shading. And then I also used some gold Posca paint pen for the leaves and the filigree around. But really enjoyed this one. I think it's funny when I color characters in autumn, they almost always end up with red hair. I don't know why. It's just an autumn color to me. So really love this one. This is my first page done in this book. So super excited that I finally got one done, and it was perfect timing for fall. Then the last one, this is the second to last because the other one's part of the little mini haul, if you count 2 books as a haul. But I finished one in R.J. Hampson's A Frog's Tale, which I love this book so much. And I also have his Lost in Time one as well. But I did one in here, and this was my second dive, I think, into an R.J. Hampson coloring page. I think I've only done one more besides this. But I finished this couple on a little frog date. And this picture is probably in like my top 10 I've ever done because I just spent so much time, especially in the flowers. Spend so much time on that. So let's see, what did I use? So the first things that I did do were the plants and the mushrooms and the flowers. Those were all in Prismacolor pencils. And I wanted to make it a nighttime scene because when I noticed the flies flying around, they had like little lines behind their bums that I knew, okay, they must be fireflies. So I wanted to make sure it was at nighttime so you could see the fireflies. So I created kind of a light effect around the flowers. So a lot of shading in all the flowers, which took a very long time, but I really, really like how this one turned out. And then for the ground and then the frog's clothing was all in alcohol markers. A little bit of gold Posca paint pen for the details in his suit. And then the actual skin was a little bit of alcohol marker, but mostly Prismacolor pencil. Background was alcohol marker. I did like a dark gray. I didn't want to do like a stark black, which I think worked best for this picture, was the dark gray. I think it was warm gray number 9, I think. Don't quote me, but that was the one I used. It's just a cheap brand of alcohol markers. And then the fireflies, what I did was I actually drew a line with the alcohol markers, like just like a semicircle where I wanted it to stop. And then after I was done with the background, I went back in with Prismacolor pencils and used a couple different tones of gray over like a light yellow alcohol marker. So that way the yellow shined through. And then I used a couple of gray colored pencils to kind of blend it into the background. And I can't believe that I did those fireflies. I've never done fireflies or a nighttime scene before. So that was an experience for sure. You can definitely see the effects of the alcohol markers, which is pretty cool looking actually. I like kind of the fun details and how the flowers kind of stand out from the background. It's called An Evening's Repose if you want to know the artwork. So finished that one. So as far as coloring books go that are new, I might even have a couple more, but I didn't remember what I showed you before. You'll see a whole like coloring book updated video in just a short time. I'm thinking I think in 2 weeks from now I'll do one. So I got this one last year, and this was from Deborah Muller, and I don't know if she ever sold this or not, but this was one that I got when I won one of her contests. She was doing like I think it was like a fall giveaway box from one of her subscription boxes, and I ended up winning, which was quite a surprise. I was like, wow, I won? That's pretty cool. So it came with this cute little ghosties one. It's just a whole bunch of little ghost characters. I like most of the pictures in here because they're just kind of more cute. Like, look at that one in his little warm outfit, probably drinking pumpkin spice latte or something. But most of them are really, really cute, and I would probably color most of them. So really, really fun. I love the candied apple one. That's adorable. But he's super cute. Oh, look at the candy corn. He's so cute. So yeah, this one was funny because my mom and I are binge watching Cupcake Wars, and he just looks like a Cupcake War chef. So it's really adorable. So the one I finished just, I think this past weekend was this one. And so I did this little girl, and Deborah Muller in her Facebook group had a little contest. I don't know who won yet, but it was just a little contest for using this color scheme, which was purple and green, and you could use white and black as well. So I didn't use much color aside from like the green and the purple. Like I used a little bit of white for the details, but I stayed true to the color palette. So all of this I basted in alcohol markers, and I used some white Posca paint for putting the stars in the background, and then I highlighted the stars with white Posca pen around. And then I also did some really fun detailing on the ghost girl. I did some white Posca paint around her detailings instead of the black that she had. And then I might have to go over it again, but I tried on the bottom to kind of give her like a wispy look. So I did that with the white Posca paint pen and then smeared it with my finger. It worked okay when it was wet, but when it dried, it kind of lost a little bit of it. So I might have to go back in and do some more. But I think it turned out really cute. So that's the last coloring page that I have for you this month. Then the last coloring book that I did purchase, but I won't be coloring it until the holidays, and that is, I'm so excited, this is Hannah Carlson's Merry Christmas book, and I won't do a flip through right now of it. A complete flip through on my channel next Wednesday, so stay tuned, but I will do a complete flip through of this one. It's Merry Christmas by Hannah Carlson, and I wasn't gonna buy another coloring book, but I had a gift card and I saw this one. I saw a flip through of it, and I was like, you know what? I need that one because I love her artwork, and to have a full Christmas book of just her art is so pretty. So I'll do like a quick overview of it, but I will do a complete flip through of it next week. But her artwork is amazing, and I can't wait to color in this. I know I'm going to have so much fun in this coloring book. Really beautiful illustrations, and I love her paper quality too. So super cute. That's the last book that I have for you. So let me know what you've been coloring lately. If you'd ever want a buddy color or something, just let me know. Message me on Instagram at thecoloringangel or comment on here, and we'll have fun together. So I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you all in the next video.